Did you see the wheels just instantly start going? Okay. Anyways, that's a good start. So just a reminder, guys, put your phones on do not disturb. Make sure you silence them so that you do not interrupt the meeting. And if you're on Zoom, it will stop the meeting for you. So just make sure that you have that on do not disturb. We got about 32 people here, so we will get started. So first of all, just want to share with you guys that I will not be in the office for the next week or so. This was me Saturday. My wife took this picture because I was making fun of her because she's fine, but because she got COVID and I said I was invincible and I could not get sick. And then I got COVID. It was its worst on Saturday. But the strategy was that I would fall asleep for about 10 minutes before my son would come up and slap me in the face to wake me up. So that was good. It was a good recovery plan. But just so you guys know, I am going to be following the CDC isolation guidelines, which are that 5 days after you test positive, you are no longer contagious, but I'll end up be doing a little bit longer than that. So the whole week, I'm not going to be in the office. I'm still reachable. You can still reach me, call me, text me. I've been doing Zoom appointments with people. So I'll be careful. And I just want to let you guys know I will not be in the office. Okay, so we're talking about the 6 personal perspectives. Not yesterday. Last week was perspective 1, which was commit to self-mastery. And we kind of talked about, well, what is something that you can dedicate yourself to mastering? And one of the easiest ones is scripts. Get to know your scripts, get to know your listing presentation, your elevator pitch. Just master those things. Don't worry about certain things like probate and 1031 exchanges yet. Master the fundamentals. Well, today we're moving on to perspective number 2, which is commit to the 80-20 principle. So first we're going to do a KW video on this, and then we'll talk a little bit about how it ties into the shift. So let's play this.
Hi, my name is Jonathan Dupree, and I've been with Keller Williams since 2019, and I've been in the real estate industry my entire life, and I am so excited that you're here today to learn about one of my favorite perspectives, the 80-20 rule. This is one of my favorite perspectives out of the 6 perspectives because it basically helps you as an agent, as a leader, move from where you are to where you want to be faster, to collapse those time frames down. What it basically says is that 20% of your activities are going to generate 80% of your results. I've lived by this perspective since I was a kid. I grew up playing basketball. In fact, I was horrible at basketball 6th and 7th grade. I made a decision I wanted to be good, and I got the Pete Maravich Pistol Pete basketball tapes. And every morning I would do my dribbling drills, I would do my passing drills, defense drills, the skills to help me become a better player. I'd shoot 1,000 shots every single day, 500 free throws every single day. And then from my 7th grade to my 8th grade year, I became a much better player. My 8th grade year to my freshman year, I became a starter on the varsity team. Then I started thinking about playing at the collegiate level. And I knew that I wasn't the most talented player. Opportunity to play at the collegiate level, I had to really hone in on what were the things that mattered most to helping me become a better player. And it was mastering the fundamentals, doing the drills over and over and over and over again until I mastered them. Then I got into the real estate business. My mother's been an agent for 52 years, and she taught me, Jonathan, if you focus on listings, you will make more money than other agents who focus solely on buyers. So I made the bulk of my activity to generate leads to get listings. And as a result, I was able to build a successful real estate career. You know, I remember as a new team leader walking through our market center, and I saw one of our agents who was newer, and they were working so hard at creating all these forms. And I stopped and I said, "What are you doing?" He said, "I'm making all these forms that it'll help me with my clients." I told him those forms already existed, and he was wasting his time on the 80% activities that generated 20% of his results. I'll never forget when he finally realized he needed to spend his time devoted to lead generating, to get listings, to write contracts, to close deals so that he could make money. He finally understood about prioritizing his business and focusing on what matters most so that he could end up building the life that he desired and that he deserved. And he still brings that conversation up. That was a shift for him when he realized he was avoiding doing what he knew he should do most to grow his business, so that he still, though, felt productive by creating those forms. See, as an agent, or you look at as a leader, anywhere in your life, you have to determine what are the levers that I can pull that will help me collapse the timeframes and get the results that I desire. Those 20% activities, gaining clarity to what matters most for you in your business. And in real estate, we know it's lead generate, to get appointments, to get listings, to have a right contract, to have closings, to make money. I'm so excited that you're about to learn about this perspective. I can't wait to implement it. And one thing I want to leave you with is the speed of growth in your business will always be determined by the speed of implementation. How quickly you take these perspectives that you're learning about today and apply them to your.
All right. So we won't get to the quote yet, but I would love to hear some of you. What is, and I do have something that I'm going to be sharing from the shift and from what headquarters talked about on our leadership call yesterday. But what are some of you guys doing as your 20%? And those of you that are very experienced, can you shed some light on what is something that you've changed in your business, focusing on the 20%? Anyone have anything to share? So we're all doing 80%, huh? Well, then perfect. This is excellent to have this conversation. When we were on,
I got it. I can chime in.
yeah, what do you got?
Sorry, Gabe. Yeah, so nothing new. I've been doing it since 1994. Business Plan 101, get up earlier than everybody. Probably not Ken, but I'm getting up early to focus on the people that I can't get to. And each week I find someone that I can't get to. How do I get to that person? And that's, the basics for me is I'm not trying to reinvent the wheel. I'm trying to stick to, again, mastery. Mastery is something that I'm a runner, you have to practice. And if you don't practice, the run's going to be horrible. You got to warm up.
Yep.
And so the earlier I get up, the easier my warm up.
Love it. Love it. Okay. Thank you. I appreciate that. And you're a seasoned vet, so it helps to hear from some of you guys. So what I'd like to do now is talk about something that was not even mentioned in the video. So Mark King, Jason Abrams, I will always confuse their roles, but Mark King was sharing that he was a top agent in his association during the last shift. And he said that even though he was he was the very top agent, he almost went bankrupt during the last shift. And he shared that because he realized that his expenses were getting out of control. And one thing that they said is just kind of taking it from the shift book and taking into account the 80-20 principle. They said that your most important task to do right now is to look at your expenses and to start trimming the fat. And I already know what a lot of people are going to say. They're going to say, well, I don't, I'm not an accountant. Well, I have here printed, please don't take a screenshot of it. It's my bank statement. Okay. But here's a bank statement that I printed out and I have it highlighted red, green, and yellow. And you can see that there's quite a few reds, and I won't let you look too closely because a lot of it is Starbucks. But what I want you guys to do is print out your bank statement. And the challenge, as per Mark King and Jason Abrams, is to go through your bank statement line by line. If you have a bank statement and a credit card statement, do both of them. And if it's green, it means it's not changing. You need it for your business, non-negotiable. If it's red, it means you need to get rid of that or you need to figure out a free alternative. And here's the tough one. If it's yellow, it means you're not sure how to get rid of it. You're not sure if you can get rid of it. But what you need to do for that yellow is you need to see what the return is on that expense. Has it brought you any business? And I can tell you firsthand, I had a Keeping Current Matters subscription, and it was like $50 a month. and it wasn't giving me a return on anything. So I cut it. My business stayed exactly how it was. So my challenge for you guys is to print out your bank statements. This is your 20% for the shift. Print out your bank statements today. Highlight the greens, the yellows, and the reds. And if you do not feel comfortable doing this, I'm willing to sit down with some of you, most of you, all of you, and we'll go to bat over these. We will say, show me where the return is on this $100 a month investment. How much money have you made spending this money? Because a lot of times you're emotionally attached to it and there's no justification for it. It's a tough meeting to have, but some of you, we should have that meeting, okay? So we'll move on from there to the quote of the week, which actually is perfectly placed. When everything feels urgent and important, everything seems equal. We become active and busy, but this does not actually move us any closer to success. Activity is often unrelated to productivity, and busyness rarely takes care of business. So I would say that this is 100%, oh man, I'm using too many percentages, 100% targeting the 80% that we allow ourselves to be occupied with, okay? Kind of like the speaker in the video talked about, that person was spending time creating templates and forms, and they were allowing that to just keep them busy, but it was not helping them move their business forward. So all tying in, okay? Your 20% during this shift is to figure out what expenses you can cut. I would love to do a competition to see who can cut the most expenses. I don't know how that would work, but I think it would be a great activity to just lower those expenses. Okay. Moving on.
Hey, Gabe,
yes.
on your expenses, one rule of thumb I would look at is, even though it's, midway year, you can still go to those accounts that you're paying annually or monthly. On the monthly, I would find out, hey, can I get a better deal if I pay you up front? If you need it, then keep it and then negotiate. If you don't need it on the expense or your bank statement, example, how many lunches do you really not need to do unless they're appointments? Bring a lunch to work.
Yeah, absolutely. And actually that I'm glad you said that, because Mark King gave an example. He said it was a little extreme, but he would cancel his business credit card every 6 months, like every, semi-annually, he would cancel his business credit card, and he would have vendors calling him saying, hey, do you still want the subscription? And he would say, oh, actually, no, I don't. I don't need that anyway. So that is an extreme that he did. And then also just a little tip on this. If you're not sure if you need it, cancel it and see what that provider does. A lot of times they will cut you a deal to try to keep you, but you don't know it until you cancel. So yeah, kind of going along what Seth said, those are great points. So cut your expenses, guys. That's your 20%. Congratulations are in order. We have some cappers. Congratulations to Lisette for reaching the cap. She now enjoys 100% of her commission. Excellent job. Also, the Burns team. The Burns team, there should be a little asterisk near this for good reason, because I believe, and someone can correct me if I'm wrong, I believe they capped in a week. And I mean, I don't know if there was like a record for that, but you almost don't even need to ask them what their anniversary is, because it's a full year. So congratulations to the Burns team on reaching the cap. 100% commission on that. Fantastic. Valentina, ALC member, has reached a cap as well. Enjoy 100% of your commission. And Kinga with Pasadena office has also reached the 100% commission cap. It is an honor to be in business with you guys, so congratulations. And then also, this is something that the Inland Empire region does. They kind of have top rankings by the month. So we have some teams that made the top group. The Burns team for the month of May, the Parsons team for the month of May, and the Dave Knight team for the month of May. So those are the teams that made it into the top group category for the Inland Empire region. I think that's 20+ Market Center. So congratulations, guys. Fantastic. They also gave top individual awards. So in the top individual category was Mike Maloney in the Inland Empire region for the month of May, and Jessica Romero for the Inland Empire region. So amazing, guys. Congratulations. Keep that up. Birthdays. We have birthdays. Mike is on the 14th. Lorena is on the 15th. So happy birthday to you. Mary, Gabby, Karen has a birthday on the 19th. And Madeline has a birthday on the 20th. So happy birthday, guys. Mike, especially you, today is your actual birthday. So happy birthday. We have some training, upcoming training and events in order. Hopefully you're noticing this by now. We are having team meetings on Tuesdays for the month of June. Now, a lot of people are asking, how long is this going to be? Is it going to be for the whole month, or is it going to be after June? We don't have an answer for that yet. We're going to kind of monitor and get a temperature for how people are treating it. I will say this from at least my perspective and Laylee's perspective, it's really nice to have it on Tuesday because we want to give you guys better team meetings. We're able to spend Monday kind of gathering more resources, better things, better slides for you guys when it's on a Tuesday. So just know that that's another reason. I can speak for myself on that. When we have team meetings on Monday, sometimes it's a little rush, and we want you guys to see value in the team meetings. So having it on Tuesdays for the month of June has been nice because we've been able to do that. And hopefully you can tell, hopefully you can see that we're bringing some videos, a little bit of everything is increasing in value. So we're hoping you guys appreciate that, but feel free to always give us feedback on that. Culture Committee, they are having a happy hour at Granville. That is across the street from the Pasadena Market Center, guys. So Pasadena agents, just leave your car where it is, walk across the street. We are going to be on the second floor. There's no host, so you're paying your way, but it's going to be on Wednesday, which is tomorrow. I'm bummed. I love going to the happy hours. I won't be there. It's going to be from 4 to 6 p.m. A lot of times we actually hang out a little bit longer than that. Lots of getting to know other agents, and also you end up talking business a little bit, so you can get some opportunities that way as well. Contracts Q&A on Zoom. Just a reminder, that is every Tuesday. This last week we had Vince on the call. He was able to answer some of the common questions that he's running into. But as usual, bring your scenarios, any crazy situations, so that everybody can learn from those. Okay.
Yeah, Gabe, let me interrupt real quick. Today, we're going to be talking about AVIDs. If you're representing both buyer and seller dual agency, what do you need to do about your AVIDs? So tune in. See you today at 1.
All right. Xerox a copy. Okay. Mastermind every Friday at 10 a.m. So those have actually been really helpful. Remember, guys, this is not a lecture. It's a mastermind where people kind of share ideas. Somebody does run it. So the education committee on the 17th in Pasadena, they're going to be talking about CMAs. If I can make it to that, I'm going to make it to that, because we are seeing a drastic increase of price decreases. And we're seeing it all the time. And we already know what it's like to chase the market when you don't price correctly. So I highly recommend you come to this class so that you can learn how to pace the market when you're pricing. And then the next week, this will probably be updated, but Mark Ellis is going to be running that one. It was going to be on the shift. It still might be, but they might also have a listing presentation. So we'll give you an update as it gets closer. Okay. But regardless, carve out Fridays at 10 a.m. for the masterminds. All right, Mortgage Mondays with Movement. Now, that is very difficult to say. Monday, the 20th is their next one. It's going to be at 2 p.m. Remember, it's every other week. So it's going to be the 20th, the 11th, and the 25th, 2 p.m. We've all heard about how interest rates are going. Ask some questions, guys. You really need to understand that stuff. So make sure you make it to that. Regional Tech Training with Ruben Bravo. That's as usual. That's going to be on Zoom Tuesdays and Thursdays at 3 p.m. The 14th is going to be Success is in the Follow-Up. And then the 16th is going to be lead gen with social media. That one's going to be really good because that is, as Jim Traby says, free 99 when you post on social media. It is free. Okay. So he'll be talking a little bit about that. And then just a reminder, Mega Camp registration is open. There's 2 options that you can use. They have the in-person option, which is $5.99. And then they also have the digital pricing, which is $129. And this is the early bird pricing that you're seeing here. Remember, that's going to be on August 23rd and 24th. And you can register at megacamp.kw.com. And then Caravan, remember, Arcadia is no longer doing Zoom. Okay, they've cut their Zoom. They are having in-person only. And that's going to be the in-person pitch meeting is Wednesdays at 8:30 a.m. Right across the street from Arcadia High School. And then the Caravan is 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. PFAR still doing Zoom, the virtual pitches. And that's Tuesdays at 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. And then Thursdays, 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. the Pasadena area. Listings. So let's talk about listings that are, so we have coming soon. Susie Koo has a 6-bed, 7.5 bath listed at 4.28 in Monrovia. Ivory has an Arcadia listing, 2-bed, 2-bath listed at $749. Pauline Chang has a West Covina listing listed at 1.82, and that is a 4-bed, 2-bath. We have a 1-bed, 1-bath listing in Pasadena listed by Anna Wang, and that's listed at $845. Baker Schneider team, they have 2 listings. One is in Oxnard listed at $799, and then the other one is in Monrovia. It's a 2-bed, 2-bath listed at 1.1. Pasadena, Jane Parsons has a listing. It's a 2-bed, 3-bath at listed at $815. Dave Knight team has a listing in Sherman Oaks, 3-bed, 2-bath listed at 1.4, and they also have a San Gabriel listing, 3-bed, 5-bath listed at 1.35. Jane Parsons has another listing in Pasadena, 3-bed, 2-bath listed at 1.595. And the Burns team has a 1-bed, 2-bath Pasadena listing at $629. Carrie Hernandez, ALC member, has a 3-bed, 3-bath listing in Altadena. It's listed at 1.795. Sylvia has a Pasadena listing, 3-bed, 2-bath listed at 1.2. Dave Knight team has a Pasadena listing, 4-bed, 3-bath, 1.398. And then Constantine has a, looks like land, 6.2 acres listed at 3.8.
Hey, Gabe,
Yes.
I just want you to know, you'll be the first to know that we have a new and improved price on
Ooh,
that
tell me more.
1564 Coolidge. For you and for you only, we're going down to 1.1.
1.1. So that's just for me though. So no one else can do that.
3 bedrooms, 2 baths, and a den, 2,026 square feet for 1.1.
Thank you very much for that update. Good to know. So guys, if you have a buyer that was 1.2 was a little out of budget, revisit that property with Sylvia, please. Next week, we are doing the lore report is going to be by Claude, and that's going to be covering May. Remember, we're always going to be looking at the recent month that just passed. And just a reminder, that's language of real estate. The science is understanding how to run the numbers. The art is how to translate those numbers to your clients. So make sure you understand with Claude, figure out, I like to go to them because I like to see how he does it. And you can kind of translate that to your specific market. So that's going to be next week. Legal update, Ken.
Yeah, thanks. Next slide. Karen and Laylee are here. We're going to talk a little bit about the CRMLS update. They have been very vigorous in enforcing their rules. We've recently, over the last several months, have had some violations on our agents and have been fined $2,500. So this is really serious. So I brought Karen on. She's been involved with this as Laylee. And I'm going to turn it over to you, Karen, if you want to talk about this, please.
Thanks, Ken. I just want the agents to realize that we're seeing a huge increase in violations, warnings, and fines. And it's across the board, but the majority of the things are in the way the listings are either entered status-wise or information on the listings or coming soon. So one of the ones that we had was someone reported a listing of one of our agents stating that the pictures were not actually pictures of the property. The agent was able to prove that they were, but it just creates a lot of time and energy and anxiety about potential fines. Another was an agent had put a listing on hold, and someone had reported her to the CRMLS that it was incorrect. The status was incorrect. She had to prove that it was not. So my point is to be very, very careful that you don't make an error because people are watching. And in this change in the shift, things that are going on, you know, you guys are all being watched and agents report agents. Be very careful on the status as far as what you're marketing for a coming soon or active or on hold. If you need to take a new refresher class on the CRMLS and what their requirements are, I believe some of those have changed. That might be a good idea. But just being very cognizant of the fact that they are monitoring everything that goes on the MLS, and they're being notified by some people as well. So I want to bring it all to everyone's attention. And if we all work together, hopefully our letters and violations will go down. Any questions?
Can I just add on that, Karen, it's Laylee.
Sure.
Hi. Yeah, like I kind of talked about last week, you know, I get a lot of requests. Hey, can you do a coming soon e-blast? You know, I have this listing coming up and, you know, I want to get things done for you. I want to be really quick with it, but I'm now going to be very, very, very diligent about checking if it is listed as a coming soon in the MLS. So we have to verify that first, or I will not send any advertising out. But yeah, let's just make sure it's listed in the MLS as coming soon before we do any promo to our sphere, to our offices, anywhere, even internally, you know, like, let's make sure it's listed as a coming soon first. I'm going to be checking it, pulling it up, printing a copy that it is in fact listed as a coming soon before we send anything. So just want to make you aware. I know not fun with the MLS. I used to work on the west side and nobody cared that much out there. But yeah, so that's that. But we'll be careful. We'll make sure no one's getting in any trouble. So yeah. Thank you.
So know that when they talk about coming soon and marketing to the general public, we are allowed to speak to it in our office. We are allowed to let you guys know what's coming soon and what's going to be, you know, what's coming up. But we cannot send that information out to any type of social media, any type of general public first-time contact. So be very careful on your own websites, your own sphere of influence, that you're not promoting things improperly. So we have to worry about that as a brokerage. I want you guys to worry about it as an agent, and just be very careful because the fines are very much up there. Like Ken said, we've actually had 2 in the last 6 to 8 months of $2,500 each. And the agents, that's a lot. It's a lot of money for anybody to have to pay. So we can talk about it here on our team meeting. We can, you know, talk about it in the office, but we just can't send it out. So be careful in what you're relaying information wise. That's it.
Right. And just a reminder, sorry, my emails go out to both offices and our like general sphere. So when I send those, that's why I'm just not going to send it unless it's verified. That's why. So I don't want anyone in any sort of issue or trouble, but yeah, that's where the emails go. Okay. So that's that.
Right. Thanks, Laylee. Thanks, Karen. Turn it back to you, Gabe.
All right, guys. And then I'll add one thing to what they're saying. Just so you guys know, the MLS, the Matrix, they have their own YouTube channel. So if you're ever curious, you can subscribe to their YouTube channel and they'll walk you through the changes that they've made. I'm a subscriber to their YouTube channel. So educate yourself. They have tons of resources. So just a little tip that I've done. Transaction Corner, Ani.
Hey, good morning, Gabe. Good morning, everyone. I just want to kind of briefly touch base on the ESD exempt seller disclosure form and the seller property questionnaire regarding the question where it asks whether or not someone has passed away on the property within the past 3 years. So the past few weeks, we've been getting a lot of pushback from other agents when we go to ask them for like a manner or a cause of death, because they're just saying owner passed away 2021 or husband passed away, I don't know, a few months ago. And I spoke with Mary, our compliance manager, our auditor, and after she researched and looked through CAR, this is what she had to say. This is what she came up with. There have been court cases where violent deaths were not disclosed and agents were at fault. Suicides may or may not be a problem, although they could be considered a material fact depending on who the buyer is. You don't know if the death is a material fact unless you have the sellers tell you the manner of death, violent, accidental, or natural causes. Explaining the manner of death is only necessary if it is within the past 3 years. If you are aware of a death on the property, you need to disclose it and provide the manner essentially for this within 3 years. But if you don't need to know the cause, manner of death if it has been over 3 years. So that's what we're going by essentially. So when we do have the other agent push back and be like, no, this is a HIPAA violation or et cetera, they've been coming up with a lot of creative answers in order to not provide that information. So, and I'm trying my best. I'm letting our agent know like, hey, I've pushed back as many times as I can. This is what I'm getting. It is then up to our agent to be like, you know, go to that person and be like, hey, what's the deal or what's the situation with this? Because, you know, it's better for your buyer to know because we really don't know what is a material fact to your buyer. I mean, just as a quick example, I moved to a new place last year. And within a month, I had no idea what had happened previously at my place, but within a month, I got a knock on the door, I opened it, and it was a cleaner who, this person is like, goes around, has a cleaning company. So they clean the houses next door to me. And she's like, oh, by the way, do you know that the previous owner passed away in that bedroom, had in-home hospice care, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So that was a lot of information for me. And I didn't know that previous. So just FYI, if the buyer doesn't know in escrow, they're definitely going to find out when they talk to the neighbors after escrow. Just keep that in mind. Yeah, thank you guys.
Great information.
Yeah.
And when you say material fact, it would cause the buyer not to go through with the purchase of property if they are aware that someone had a violent death in that house.
Exactly. It kind of turns it into a stigmatized property. That's what happens.
Exactly. Great.
Yeah.
Thank you.
But beyond
Thank you guys.
But beyond 3 years, we don't have to disclose.
Right. We don't need to know that. Correct. We don't need to know like the manner of death after 3 years. Correct.
But we still have, so, I mean, what if someone died 15 years ago in a property? We have to disclose it? I thought we only had to disclose it within 3 years unless.
Right. Right. No, it's within really 3 years. And that's when the manner of death comes into play too. I mean, you can just, I mean, Ken, what's your opinion on that? Like if it's been 10 years?
Yeah, I think you only have to disclose it after like 10 years, if in fact it was a violent.
Right.
Yeah,
Right. Okay.
that's my understanding.
Yeah, my understanding is that it's like reactive versus proactive. Like within 3 years, you have to go forward and say it. And then past that, if they ask, you can't lie about it.
Yeah. So within those 3 years, just, yeah, keep that in mind.
Disclose it, yeah.
Okay.
Thank you guys.
Thank you. Mark.
Well, because Ani went so long, I'll go real quick.
Sorry.
Just a reminder that be careful when sending emails to different parties. I'm still seeing where our agents are providing their clients' information to the other agent. So just be careful when you hit reply all, make sure you're deleting those who do not need that information.
Thank you, Mark. All right. Oh, and also Mark, happy birthday yesterday.
Yeah, happy birthday yesterday, Mark.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you.
Lei Lee.
Hi, everybody. Just a reminder, please submit your marketing requests via email or submitting via my Google form. I'll put the links in the chat. But more importantly, I just wanted to talk about some tools that are available to you, regarding social media. Gabe, could you go to the next slide? Yeah, so like Gabe was kind of talking about earlier, a lot of people purchase services like Keeping Current Matters. I mean, sometimes it's helpful because you don't know what to post. But we have a free service actually on Outfront Magazine. So every month they come out with like a week, like a social media content calendar, and you can schedule all of those things within Command too. So you can like, budget out a couple hours during your day and kind of get your social media calendar together. So if you need help learning how to do that, please set up an appointment with me. But I will put the link in the chat box as well to this article. So just look out every month, like kind of toward the end of the month, I'll post a social media calendar for like the following month. So they just have really good ideas of what to post to your sphere. And then a lot of the graphics are actually available in Command for you too. So it just makes it really simple to have your social media handle taken care of, so you can think about other things through the month and then just focus on like engaging on whatever comments you receive or whatever from what you post. But please let me know if you need help with that. I'm going to put the link to the calendar in the chat. And then Gabe, could you go to the next slide, please? Yeah, and then just a reminder again, one more time, we will be sending out an email called the Weekly every Friday. So then that gives you kind of an overview of all of the upcoming classes we have, coming up for the week, that following week, sorry. So that it's just one email, everything's in one place. You can click on the links there, get all the RSVP information, etc., and just reference back to that email every week. So that you're not just drowning in tons of emails from us. I know it's kind of a lot. So that is that. And that's really all I have to say today. So thanks, everybody.
All right, thank you. Upcoming listings. Does anybody have any upcoming listings that you'd like to share that are maybe in the works? Now or forever hold your peace.
You're probably all worried about promoting them now after what we talked about. But you can talk about it in the team meeting, guys, so let us know.
This is a safe space. This is a safe space.
It is.
Thank you.
All right. Okay, guys. So then we will move on to the open escrows. So sellers in escrow, we have AG Corsini, Baker Snyder team, and Apple. Buyers in escrow for Arcadia, we have Linda. Carol, congratulations on your first escrow. Very nice job. Here's to a smooth escrow on that. Baker Snyder team has a buyer in escrow, and Barbara Perez has a buyer in escrow. And I believe Barbara is Carol's mentor. So that's a pretty cool duo happening right there. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure Barbara's the mentor for Carol. So they're both in escrow. So congratulations, guys. I hope you guys have a nice, smooth transaction.
Hi, Gabe. It's Barbara. Yes, Carol is my mentee, and I am so proud of her. Like, you have no idea. It's like a big sister mom proud. Like,
is your camera off because you're crying?
Yes, that's why I'm crying. No, she has been like very diligent. She asks all the right questions, and she listens, and she is a copious note taker. And this is all her, and she has been amazing. So I'm very proud of you, Carol, and congratulations.
All right, man, love it, love it. Okay, open escrows for Pasadena. Let's talk Pasadena now. The Dave Knight team has a seller in escrow. Burns team has 2 sellers in escrow. Mark Ellis, I think he's out of town right now on vacation. Our ALC member has a seller in escrow. Matt Peters has a seller in escrow. Sylvia, ALC member, has a seller in escrow, and Sebastian has a seller in escrow. Buyers in escrow, Dave Knight team, Sylvia again, Burns team, Sebastian again, and Joycelyn. So hope you guys have a smooth transaction, and congratulations on those open escrows. Now let's talk closed escrows. Closed escrows in Arcadia, we have Julie and Maria Sarmiento has 2 closed listings. Closed on the buyer side, we have Julie. She's another mentee, I believe. Maria and Fernie have a closed buyer together, and Lisette, who just capped, has just closed escrow. Sorry, I'm not sure if I switched those. So man, our mentees are doing really well, guys. Congratulations on that. Good work. Closed escrows in Pasadena. Dave Knight team has 2 closed listings. Burns team has 3 closed listings. Closed buyer side, we have Leslie Zhang, and the Burns team has closed escrows in Pasadena. So congratulations, guys. Keep up the good work. All right, affiliates, get ready. It's your time to shine. Here come a word from our trusted affiliates, Landmark Trust.
Hi, everyone. It's Jackie.
Hello.
Happy Tuesday. I wanted to say thank you to Jim Maseo. We closed an escrow yesterday. Brian Parsons' team, we closed an escrow today. And I wanted to talk about repairs. Credit repairs. Please make sure that you guys do not send your RRRR to escrow. Please make sure you just send the addendum that that the seller is giving a buyer a credit, because the lender does not want to see your RRR, and sometimes they will ask escrow for that. So please do not send them. I feel like we were doing really good for a while, but right now they're coming back again. So just send us the addendum. And then if there is a credit, please let us know before 2 days we close escrow so that we can let the lender know, because they will say, no, sorry, CD has gone out. We can't do the credit. So just a quick reminder, any credits, please let your escrow officer know right away. Thank you and have a great week.
All righty. Thank you very much, Landmark Trust. Movement Mortgage. Ladies, are one of you on the call?
Hi, this is Roberta Dominguez. Good morning to everybody. Sorry, I was on a phone call. I just want to let you know that when you're submitting, when we're submitting the loans to movement, to underwriting, and also the appraiser, ordering the appraisal, we need to make sure that when the property is listed for one price, but the sales price is way over, that when the agent meets with the appraiser to make sure that they have comps for him to support that, because we're running into some problems where we're not always getting comps that are supporting the value. So it's very important. The appraisers will take your comps. They will go ahead and listen to you and take what you have to say and for the reason to support the higher value. So it's very important that we go ahead and give that to the appraiser. And if you're not the listing agent, you can still ask your lender to say that you want to be contacted to go ahead and do the appraisal. So you make sure that you get to talk to the appraiser and go ahead and give them comps to support the value. And I just wanted to note that appraisals are starting to go up in price. I'm sure you've noticed that recently in the last couple of months. I just wanted to just emphasize that a little bit more. Before we were seeing only 500, 550 for appraisals. We're starting to see them up to like $600 and $800 now. So just keep that in mind. But that's just a little thing I wanted to say about appraisals today. I wish you guys all a great week. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Roberta. All right, Old Republic. Maria, are you with us?
Yes, I am. Good morning, everybody.
Morning.
So happy Flag Day. Proud to be an American, as they say. So can you believe it that June 21st is the beginning of summer? I feel like we're already there. I don't know about the rest of you, but I feel like I've been a little toasty critter. But here's some little fun facts, things that you could call your sphere and remind them right now when you need to make a phone call to your database. Say, hey, Mr. Homeowner, did you know that you should change your filter at least twice a year minimum? But if you can do it every month, that is also a way of maintaining your HVAC system. Get your AC service in preparation for the summer. He might chuckle because he feels he's already there because it's summer. And then the last thing is tell him to remind him to flush out his water heater to remove any sediments. These are tips in maintaining your home. Why do I say this? Because when you call in for service, we don't want denials based on lack of maintenance. This is being proactive and staying in touch with your clients and reminding them that you care and ask them for that wonderful referral, like I'm asking you. Thank you, everybody, and have a great day.
All righty, thank you. All right, Jason Hellwell, Property ID, are you with us on the call?
Yes, how's everybody doing? Just remind everybody to give me a call as soon as you get your new listings out there. Anybody, even potential buyers, let me know. I can help do with the tax information, kind of find out, put the sales price in, see if the new taxes will be based off the new sales price. If there's any special assessments, maybe if there's going to be a supplemental tax bill later, you kind of get a head start on it, kind of get a jump start on putting it before you put your offers in. So it'll help the buyers know what their taxes will be. and anything's with the defensible space information, any of that kind of stuff, let me jump in and help you right away. And thanks, everybody. Have a good summer. Jason with Property ID.
All right. Thank you, Jason. Appreciate it. Nancy Chan, are you on the call with us?
Yes, thank you, sir.
All right, Nancy, I don't think you're with us. We are going to be moving to Angie Tang, First American.
Hi, Gabriel Perez from KW.
Oh.
Hi, everyone. Angie Tang, First American Title. Wanted to let you guys know that the LA County Recorder's Office is closed on the 20th of June, which is this upcoming Monday. So if anybody had any recordings, please be aware that it's not going to be able to record on Monday. There are other counties that are open. 2 other counties are open and the other 3 are closed. If you wanted to know which counties you are, please let me know. I can shoot you a quick text and let you know which counties are open and which ones are closed. Here to help you grow your business and close them, Angie Tang, First American Title. Thanks, Gabe.
Thank you, Angie. All right, guys, we're wrapping up with needs and wants. Does anybody have some needs and wants? There's been some chatter in the Facebook group, which I love to see. People are asking for referrals for, anything from photographers to home inspectors. So any needs and wants that we have here on the team meeting, guys?
Looking for a 4-bedroom in Sierra Madre up to 1.8. So if anybody has anything coming on in the future, let me know.
Awesome. Thank you. Appreciate that. So keep an eye out, guys. 4-bed Sierra Madre.
I'm looking for rental in South Pasadena for up to 4,500. At least 2 bedrooms, 2 bath with a yard.
2 bed, 2 bath, 4,500. Okay. Rental, South Pass. Thank you, Marianne. Any other needs and wants? All right, guys. So then we are going to wrap up with Fill the Bucket. Tell us something good. Mentors, mentees, cappers. Anybody have some success stories that they want to share with everybody before we wrap up our meeting? I have one. I want to thank Noel specifically. I've been working remote and he's still been able to kind of work with me because he's setting up appointments for me to sit down on Zoom. So he's been very accommodating, and so is Lorena. So thank you for the staff at Pasadena. They've been very helpful while I've had to lock up in my house. So thank you, guys.
Thanks to the culture committee for putting together the social hours, happy hours. I think that's great. A lot of fun. Good to see people.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, guys. Well, if there are no more, thank you for coming to our team sales meeting, guys. Make it a great day. We love being in business with you, and we will see you guys soon.
Thanks, Gabe.
Bye, Gabe. See you later.
See you guys.
Thanks, Gabe.
From the driveway